Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live. Today, I'm over here with Kyle from Any Up Graphics. Told you guys we'll be here on this Friday. I'm not sure it's going to be every Friday, but every Friday is a lot. Busy people.
Yeah.
But maybe even if it's once a month or something like that, we'll be on here live answering all your vinyl questions. So today, we're here. I'm here with Kyle from Any Up. And drop your questions down below real quick, and we're going to start. So, in case you don't know Kyle, if people don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, about your business.
Okay, so I started I started selling vinyl about 4 years ago, but I've been cutting vinyl for about 10 years. I got a vinyl cutter in 2009. And I cut vinyl up until 2014. And then I switched from selling the vinyl because I felt like people weren't getting it fast enough or they weren't getting the correct customer service with it. So we switched over and we started selling the vinyl. And then it was basically out of my basement for a while. And then we got a small storefront in Morrisville. And then last November, we moved into a larger store in Levittown. And now we have thousands of different colors and different types of vinyl. The Oracal, Caesar, Webflex, which we're going to talk about. Anything you can think of, we have it. We've gone through a lot. When I started, we had 35 colors of Oracal, and that was it. And there's 64 total. So, wow. When you start, you got to start. I started small and just kept flipping vinyl until I got to where we're at now. So, I got my feet wet for a while, so I think I know a little bit about vinyl. Yeah. We'll find out.
Definitely knows a much than a little bit about vinyl. I'm chopping my words up a little bit, but yeah. So real quick, I'm gonna say what's up to a few people before we move on. If you're just joining us, I'm here with Kyle from Any Up. So leave your questions in the comments. All your vinyl questions. We're gonna talk a little bit about Webflex, and we'll answer your questions, but we're going to take over and then come back to the questions. So real quick, I'm going to say what's up to Uni Clothing. I think that says Uni. EV, what's up? Denise, what's going on? So Kyle, tell us a little bit about Webflex. What is Webflex? And
so Webflex started in the 70s, and it was primarily used for vinyl for jerseys, football jerseys, basketball jerseys, and things like that. You used to not be able to get it on the market unless you were a bigger company. We started carrying it because we feel it's a very high quality vinyl for it's got a really great price point where you can make a lot of money on it, which I think is the best part about it. It's a matte finish, which a lot of people love because it comes off more as screen printed as opposed to some of the other vinyls that are glossy. And it doesn't have a sticky carrier sheet, which is super nice because when you cut everybody that's done vinyl knows the struggle is when you cut more than one and you have to stack them up and everything sticks. You either got them all over the house. I've seen people put them on clotheslines and they want them to touch, and it's a big thing. With Webflex, it has what you call a static carrier sheet. So the static carrier sheet, once you remove the vinyl, the carrier sheet's not sticky. So you can actually stack the sheets up and leave them as long as you need them. So if you have a shirt that you want to sell, but you don't want to print a bunch, you can buy the shirts, cut the vinyl, and then as somebody, they order a large, then you press the large and then you go, as opposed to pressing them all and hoping that you sell all these mediums that you're never really going to sell because medium's not.
Right. That's one of the best thing about it because it almost worked. It worked almost like screen printed transfers where you can just store them, stack them up on each other, and then just press as you go.
Exactly. So that's where it's super beneficial there. The price point, the quality is great too. I've never had any complaints about it. It is a cold peel, like a warm cold peel, so it kind of throws some people off because, myself included, I press it and I'm ready to pull the carrier sheet and look done and move on to the next one. So that's something to get used to, but it's not something that would stop you from buying it. You know what I mean?
Cool. So how many colors does Wet Flex come in?
So currently we have 10 colors: red, blue, red, royal, black, white, gray, green, teal, pink, yellow. There's probably some other ones I'm forgetting.
Okay.
We are bringing in more colors of it every as the popularity of it grows, because I think we're pretty much the only person who carries it to direct to consumer, I should say.
Right.
So as the popularity grows, then we can add new colors. We just added gray probably the last 3 weeks. So that's a newer color to the Wet Flex line that we're carrying. And it's $9.99 for a 5-foot roll, which really breaks down to a great price. And if you buy it in 10 yards, it breaks out to $48.99. So it's like getting a free 5-foot roll when you buy it in that quantity. And so the price points on it, when you start doing larger quantities of shirts, to 20 shirts, 30 shirts, and you buy the Wet Flex in the larger rolls, then you can make more money.
Yeah. So I get the big one. Like even today, I got the 10-yard row, 10-yard roll. I mean, you can do a lot with that, especially if you're just storing and cutting as you need. It's a lot of good vinyl there.
Yeah, it's also nice too if you do a lot of jerseys and you want to keep numbers on hand. So you could cut the numbers, and then that way when people come in and say, I need the number 88 on the shirt, you can just pull out the 2 numbers, put them on your press, and then press it. Ready to go. I've also seen people pre-cut letters, and then they'll charge, 3 letters is $5, and then it's $3 for each additional letter. They're killing it. And people want their kid's name on their jerseys and all that kind of stuff, so they'll just pay it. Like, hey, knock it out. You have the pre-cut letters, so you're already good to go.
Yeah, people love that customization. That's why we're in the business. I didn't even think about the pre-cut letters and just having them on stash. Yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, if you're finding value in this video, you got to smash that like button. We got 12 people in here. I know it's Friday. They're a little slow trickling their way in here, but go ahead and smash the like button one time. I'm going to check in on the comments here. What's going on, Kapu? I might have said that wrong. My bad. Jason N said the best vinyl is plasticine transfer. I knew you would say that. Stick to it. Gotta stick to it. What's up, CB? What's going on? What's happening? CME Creations. Shout out to y'all. CME Creations showed up at the shop today because they stopped by to grab some vinyl from Kyle and then stopped over at my shop. I appreciate that. If you're ever in the area, be afraid to stop by. I got Kyle right up the street, and I'm right down the block. So stop by. Good times. We make sure we answer all your questions on the spot. Then we'll see you at 7 o'clock for the live. What's going on, Ray? How are you feeling, Ray? Ray even texted me yesterday. He's like, man, I love this Wet Flex stuff. I'm like, yeah. With his cut finger, he cut his hand and all that.
So a lot of people, when they transition from other brands of heat transfer and they move into Wet Flex, a lot of people are immediately discouraged because it's different. Because the peeling it cold throws them off. The higher temperature throws them off, and the weeding really throws them off too, because it doesn't have a sticky carrier sheet. If you pull up something, you can't put it back down. So people who generally work through it and learn the material end up loving the Wet Flex. So if you get it, you get discouraged, then you just got to keep working through it. Just imagine the first time you had whatever other brands of heat transfer, you didn't get it right the first time. So just want to point that out there. Some people struggle, but work through it. You'll end up loving it.
Okay. So now drop your questions. What are your questions? I got one question here. It said, what are your thoughts on foil?
I like the Caesar metal foils are fantastic because they're one step. They have the carrier sheet on it. The 2-step foil is nice, but it's a pain in the butt. It's so many steps that unless you need that specific color requested by a customer, me personally, I would just avoid it. But it is the Easy Weed adhesive, and then you get the foil, and then you know what I'm talking about. You press the adhesive, and then you press the foil. It's nice, but it's an extra step. Now the Caesar metal has the gold, silver, tiger lily pink, and bronze colors for foils, which end up being fantastic colors too.
Yeah, the two-step foil used to be my specialty back in the day.
Yeah.
I would run to that before I even go near glitter.
Yeah.
That used to be my thing. I still got a bunch of colors over there. I don't even use it anymore because the one step is easier now, is where it's at. And so a question that I have that I still get confused with, because I don't do too much adhesive stuff. What is the best vinyl to use when you're putting something on the wall compared to when you're putting something on a glass outside?
Okay, so if you're cutting a wall decal, something that's going to go on paint or drywall, you want to use the Decal 631 series. It has a water-based adhesive so that when it's sitting on the wall, it's not actively eating away at the paint. The Decal 651 series is a solvent-based adhesive, so you can put it outside and the weather won't mess it up because it's resistant to the water. You can apply it using soap and water. You could dunk it in a bucket of water and then throw it in your car and it's going to stay. If you use that 651 inside on the paint, it's going to adhere to the paint. And then when you go to pull it off, it actually pulls the paint and sometimes the drywall off instead of release it. So Decal 631 series for indoors, Decal 651 for outdoors. Now, there's always this weird confusion when I talk about this, and people think that something with 631 on it isn't permanent. Now, if you make a sign that's going to be indoors, it's permanent with 631. It's just not going to be able to be handled to be getting wet. That's why it can't go outside. People say removable and permanent. People think, oh, well, 631, it's removable. It's going to fall apart in 6 months. It's not true at all. I see people put 631 outside that lasts for a while. It's not going to last as good as 651. So use your 651 or 631 indoors. You can use your 651 indoors for signs too, but only use the 651 for outside.
You hear it, because I get caught with that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I got vinyl laying around, so I
Yeah.
just throw it on the wall. You know what I mean?
It's super tricky too, because there's 651, there's 641, there's 631, there's 352, there's 6510, there's 80, I could keep going for days and days about all the different series. The most popular ones are 651 and 631. So we won't get into the other ones unless we'll just leave that for another one.
Cool. What's going on, Levite? What's up, Levite Apparel? Scoop is in the building. What's happening, Frank? Frank, did you get your package today? Peachy, how you doing? 631 is Long Island area code. That's how I remember it. Nice. If you read the instruction for the vinyl, you will know that information. Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of misinformation out there.
It's definitely true. Oh man, you should have gotten that today. Any other questions, y'all? While we got Kyle here, go ahead and smash the like button. Any other vinyl questions? So what else you got going on, Kyle? I know today after this live here, you got some online classes, right?
I started doing online silhouette classes tonight at 9:00 is the first one. It's already all booked up, so unfortunately you can't sign up. But I'm gonna have a lot more. Like tonight, we're learning all about what am I teaching? Knockouts. How to do the knockouts. So if you want to do knockout designs, I'm teaching all about that tonight at 9. The classes are cool because they're private. You can actually join in and ask questions and stuff. And then you'll get a copy of it afterwards. We'll do the screen share and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have more and more classes rolling out with that. So that should be fun.
Hey, so if you're looking for some silhouette knowledge, you should go ahead and check out the online classes because there's a lot of value in there. So Jason is asking, do you carry, I think it's called Oramask?
Oramask, yeah. So Oramask is the stencil vinyl made by Decal. So it comes in 4 different types, the 813, the 811, the 810, and the 810S. Now the 810 and the 810S are primarily made for stencils for airbrushing and spray paint and things like that. The 813 and the 811 are used for flat surfaces like wood signs and things like that. We sell a ton of the 813. The 813 and the 811 are similar, except for the 813 is a translucent blue and the 811 is a solid white. So a lot of people like the translucent blue because then they can put one layer down and paint and then, see through it to get to the next layer, which is nice. But yes, we carry in 12 by 12, 12 by 24, 12 by 10, 12 by 10 yards, 12 by 50 yards. We sell it in all the sizes.
Yep, Jason. So they got it for you, Jason. So
yeah, if you have any questions specifically on the ORMS, drop them in there.
Drop your question if you have something more specific. So I just seen a question over here. Okay, Lionel is asking, do layering last longer than single layer?
It'll last the same. There's no, they all have the same amount of life. When you're talking about, I'm assuming we're talking about layering 651 for decals. It's the adhesive is just sticking to the other layer of vinyl. It's going to hold just as much as it holding to a car or a window or a sign or anything like that.
Nice. What's going on, Meek Life Custom? Meek Life, we're gonna have to change your name. Meek Life Logo Custom.
Free Logo Tuesday.
Free Logo Tuesday. Can I get a free logo on Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. It's a good thing you're doing there. I feel dumb. Who is the guy with you, and how do I find him online? Hey, you might have been late, but if you were late, this is Kyle for Any Up Graphics. I always talk about Any Up, my vinyl spot down the street. This is Kyle. He's the owner of Any Up, and he's here to answer our vinyl questions. And to find him online,
it's you can go to anyupgraphicsupply.com. You can find us on Facebook, Any Up Graphics Supply. We also have a group, Any Up Graphics. No, what is it? Any Up Vinyl Crafting Group or something like that. Search Any Up Vinyl in Facebook and you can find us. But yeah, so we're actually in Any Up right now.
This is not my shop, This is Any Up's shop right here. They're closed at 6:00, so we're able to sneak in here and have fun and use up all the vinyl. Frank, I didn't ignore your question. I was just picking through and finding all the vinyl questions. I know, or your comment. You said I just got my hat press ordered, and I put it next to my heat press, but looks cluttered. Well, then move it around. Move it around. You got to get a bigger table. The table that I use the table from Home Depot. It's the pre-made one. It's like $75. If you're not into woodworking, you go ahead and spend that. Or if you got the time, you build it yourself. And that table there has a shelf at the bottom. I can store stuff on the top, and my hat press is on the bottom there. And yeah, it's a good table. That's probably what your issue is. And if you keep getting equipment, it's gonna get cluttered, man. You just gotta know how to set it up so you're efficient when you're working. Have a good workflow.
Yeah, the quicker you can get that work done, the better. A flow is definitely important. Designing, cutting, weeding, pressing. If you can get that, you're not walking all over the place.
Yeah,
it's just easier on the brain.
I had to learn that because at first, Car's like, nope, you gotta put it here. You need a big table. So I ended up building this big old table that's super helpful right now. I have like a bunch of shirts on the table, and so get something like that built. See, trying to scroll through and see if anything else you want to talk about, Kyle? Anything that we didn't cover as far as vinyl?
Oh man, there's so much to talk about vinyl.
So for people out there that are in the crafting business or our not sign maker, but wood sign makers, what type of vinyl do most people run to for that?
So if you're making wood signs, that's what we're talking about. There's two different ways to do it. Some people just apply the vinyl to it. They'll apply 651 or 631 onto it and call it a day. They'll cut, welcome. We'll just say welcome design, and they'll put it on there in vinyl, and they'll put it out there. Some people don't like the vinyl look on their wood sign, so that's when they use that aura mask, and you actually reverse it, and then you put it down, paint it, and then pull the stencil off. So it's really about personal preference when it comes to creating the signs. I mean, as with anything, but wood signs are super popular. We got customers that come in here that only do wood signs, and they're killing it.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a huge market out there for personalized wood signs, people's wedding dates, their anniversaries, like all kinds of whatever you can personalize it.
At one point, I wanted to, I was watching so much videos, and it's like, I got the space here. Maybe I should do a wood sign in the back, have like wood parties and stuff like that. But
yeah, that's a big one too. Like, if you learn how to make the signs, and people will pay you for you to come to them and show them how to do it. Man, people are paying $40-$50 just to make a wood sign, just to sit there and drink wine and do a little stencil.
Yeah, I'm figure as soon as I can figure that out, that's when I'm gonna start making money in that. Frank said I don't have the space. So yeah, I'm looking into Oramax for airbrush
and custom paint. You want the 810 or the 810S. It's a little more expensive, but it conforms to shapes, and it handles the spray paint and the airbrushing and stuff better.
Yeah, Levi, I can't wait to see that video either, man. Levi saying got that mug press set. Can't wait. Yeah, Frank, appreciate it for the cheeseburger, $2, man. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you. So Levi Apparel is asking, do you have sublimation vinyl?
We do carry the Easy Subli, which is a newer sublimation paper vinyl. Is it vinyl? I don't know. Transfer paper. But Easy Subli is you print on it, and then you can do a print and cut with it, and then press it. And it actually goes on other shirts besides polyester, which is super nice. You can put it on a 100% cotton shirt.
Nice. So Scoob is asking, do you do digital printing as well?
We do not. We do not do digital printing. Not yet.
Not yet. Yep. So when you say digital printing, that's like printing your own vinyl or something?
Yeah. I assume that's what he's talking about. I'm obsessed with looking at the pricing.
It's a big dent in the bank account.
I almost got one. I was gonna rush out and get a printer so we could do custom stuff for Black Friday and Christmas and things, but I didn't want to rush into it. So maybe in the spring.
Levi and Frank be competing with these $2 super chat. Appreciate it, Levi, for another $2 super chat. And yep. So yeah, Scuba is a she's.
Oh.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Thanks for keeping us in chat.
Yeah.
What else y'all got? 7:30. I run out of questions. Y'all supposed to come loaded with these vinyl questions, but I guess y'all all professionals already. Y'all know more than me.
Yeah.
Y'all are pros. Any big plans for the weekend? Any orders still sitting on your table? So me, I had this big old mess, man. All day I've been working on this, trying to get started to print these 75 shirts. And finally I get the okay. Yeah, it's good to go. She said the pictures are blurry. Oh, I didn't take your picture, lady. Yeah. Okay, I'm always having problem layering with Caesar tape. So Frank is saying I think he said up there he used 631 or 651, but he's always issued layering with the Caesar masking tape, I guess.
You shouldn't be. Okay, so let's break that down. There's a Caesar TTD mask, which is used for the printable easy patterns from Caesar. So those are cut because those are printed, and then they're cut pattern side up, not mirrored, which is totally opposite of what you learn when you do heat transfer. And then you use the TTD mask to pick it up, and then that transfer can go in your heat press to press the shirt. you shouldn't use that to be for adhesive vinyl at all. You need to use Presto paper tape that we have, or Transfer Right 1310 for clear. Those are the transfer tapes you should be using. You shouldn't use the TTD mask. You're gonna have super crazy issues with it. It just doesn't. It's not designed for it. You need to use the right tool to pick it up.
Cool. So what do you guys think about
Permapress?
Permaplug, whatever, HTV? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Not sure what that is.
Send me a link.
Yeah, drop the link in there. We'll go look it up. I don't even know where I seen that
What's
question.
the vinyl called again for the sublimation? That's Easy Subli.
Easy Subli. Yep, that's the one that had all this hype a couple months ago, and it went right on down. I didn't watch not one of those videos. I just see everywhere I went, it was just down. Like, you know what?
So here's my take on it. The reason that people like the sublimation for t-shirts is because the sublimation gets put onto the transfer, and then when it gets put onto the shirt, it's the inks are transferred onto the shirt, and you're peeling away the backing, so it's soft onto the shirt. Mm-hmm. Now with the Easy Subli, all it is allowing you to do is take the sublimation ink and print it onto a vinyl, and then the vinyl gets cut and put on the shirt. So it's like creating your own patterns with sublimation ink. It's like, I don't know.
There was too much hype. It wasn't all about that hype.
No, don't get me wrong. It's cool because you can use it on other shirts beside 100% polyester, or whatever percentage polyester you can use it on. And don't quote me on all the sublimation stuff. I'm a vinyl guy, but This is what I know. So it's cool because then you can use the printer that you already have to create the patterns and things that you need to put on there.
Yep. What's going on, Jason from Graphic Warehouse? Jason from Graphic Warehouse asking, are you still selling a lot of brick?
So we sell a lot of brick in store. We don't sell a lot of brick online, which is kind of unfortunate because I think people look at the price point online and they're just like, oh, I'm not doing it. But when we get them in store, we're actually able to show them samples of it and educate them on the real value behind it. So it flies out the door in store, but it's very very slow selling online, just because we miss the education while somebody's is flipping through the pages on the website. Because if you've ever been on my website, there's a ton of stuff on there. There's so much. So people get lost on there all the time. They're like, brick, I'll just go to Easy Week because I know that's what I know it's what it is. You know what I mean? So in store, we sell a lot of brick because of the education, and people can touch and feel everything in store where they can online.
Okay. Friend saying if the vinyl stick together, it's hard to take off. Oh yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. So try to avoid that thing clapping together because it sucks.
Yeah,
I've gone through it. I actually it happened to me this morning when I applied decal on somebody's window this morning. And right when I sprayed it with the water bottle, that thing went like that. But I'm glad
especially outside.
Yeah, it had the water, but it was some different type of vinyl too. It felt like electrical tape.
Oh, really?
So yeah, when I was
pulling
it off,
provide the vinyl for you?
Yeah, I didn't print it. It was already there. So I'm like, damn, this thing. It felt as thin as it looked like electrical tape. It was that black. So I'm like, where'd you get this from? He said, oh, some company online. It's like, damn. Then after I sprayed it with the water, it was taking forever to dry off. I'm afraid it's even gonna fall off.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, if this thing fall off, hit me up. I'm gonna print something else for you.
Some real vinyl.
Yeah, because I don't know what that was, but the water helped big time. So John said, what is the general purpose? General purpose blank for shirts do you recommend? General purpose, I would go with the gilt in, and if you want to take it up, it's like the good, better, best method. It's gilt in, next level, and Bella canvas for me.
Yeah, it also gets super tricky with when you say general purpose shirts. Do you mean like somebody came to you and they were like, hey, I need this shirt by tomorrow? You're gonna run to AC Moore and you're gonna get that cheap gilt, and that's your general purpose. If somebody comes to you and says, hey, I want to put out my clothing brand, you don't put that stuff on a gilded shirt. You put it on a next level or Bella canvas because that's the quality there. Now I understand it's harder to talk a customer into paying $7 for the blank instead of $2 for the blank,
Right.
or whatever the price is. But general purposes, I think is tough.
Yeah.
You shouldn't keep a lot of shirts on hand to begin with, because then you're just stuck with inventory that might never move. You want people to pay you, and then you buy this stuff, buy the shirts, and then you press it.
Yeah. The only reason why I even have shirts in there because I always go 2 extras. So from adding 2 extras, I got a whole room full of shirts.
That's a smart move too, because you're gonna mess one up.
Yeah, because somebody already paid for that. I mean, so that's how I ended up with all them shirts. I've never gone and said, "Oh, I'll spend $1,000 on just shirts." It's kind of hard to decide what colors to get.
Yeah, exactly. You won't know.
Yeah. Okay. Peachy, there's 2 kinds, Subli Flock and Easy Subli. I might have missed something there. Levi said, you inspired me and got a camera on Amazon for live. Thanks for the info. Go ahead, man. I'm waiting to see those videos.
Yeah, put videos out.
Throw it up, man. I think everybody should have a YouTube channel. I say that all the time. Go ahead, check out any of YouTube channels too. They have some good information on there. Said, I do not like Caesar, but the brick is nice. I've used brick one time. Yo, I still got a roll of brick that's probably about 4 years old since I bought it from. I used it one time on a jacket. It's just the part where you have to flip it and then do another press, and then I'm like,
yeah,
I'm run to the easy weave.
It's nice if you need something to stand out, though. Now, if you guys don't know, brick is actually thick. It's a thick.
Yeah.
It's like a brick. It has texture to it. So if you need something to stand out, then well, this is brick.
That's brick on your hat right there. Yeah. So Ray asks, when you gonna stock Sublimation blanks? Which type of blanks? If you're talking about blank T-shirts, he's not going to. Yeah, what type of blanks?
I'm not gonna stock Sublimation blanks just because I don't sell any besides the Easy Subli. I don't sell any Sublimation stuff, so people just aren't gonna come to me for that kind of thing. Plus, I don't want to ship mugs.
What's this word?
Bella canvas only fits embryos.
Bella canvas. Scoob, you tell me. Scoob said Bella canvas only fits embryos. I'm rocking that Bella canvas right now. Only wear Bella canvas. Damn. I couldn't even say the word until God said it. I was like, oh, snap. Okay. CB, just saying. Hi, CB. It's the wet. Okay. So Jason's question. Is the wet method for decal only for positioning, or does it help with everything else?
It's just for positioning. I never use the wet method if I'm doing one layer or the bottom layer. So if I have 2 layers of 6x1, one's going to go on the window and then one's going to go on top. I will do the first one dry, and then the second one I'll do wet, so that way I can put it on there and position it where I want and then squeegee the water out.
Yeah, that wet method saves me, man.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know what the wet method is, real quick, with the 6x1, like I said earlier, it's got that solvent-based adhesive on the back. So when you use a water bottle with a little bit of soap and you spray it on the glass, we'll say, and then the back of the vinyl, and then you put it on there and you can move it around, and it's not going to eat away at that adhesive because it's solvent-based, and then you can literally squeegee the water out and it'll stay. It's super fast, easy way to layer stuff.
Nice. Nice. Ooh-doo-doo. So I want to work with the brick.
Yeah, the brick's nice.
The brick is nice. I might have to try it again. Sell on Amazon one grocery bag storage. Okay.
The vinyl holders you got.
Yes. I have a little table to have my printer and was thinking about putting my Cameo on top. Hey, do it. I mean, another thing, y'all seen that video what Stan did? He was unboxing. I don't know why the heck he thought it was cool to unbox that, but he was unboxing that what's the thing? It's like the storage shelf, the same thing I have in there with my shirts on there.
Yeah.
And you could buy that and and use that to store your stuff. Where you got that vertical storage, if that's where you're looking for. But yeah, when I seen that video, I was like, man, Stan is unboxing storage units. But that's my man. What else we got here? Thank you guys for your help on those
I think I subscribed to your channel.
Subscribers. Yeah, that subscribers going up, man. A couple of days ago, it was at 43. That's what's up. Go ahead and subscribe to Levite if you haven't. Levite Apparel.
I think I did, but I just want to make sure.
Y'all got anything else for me? Anything else for us? Just so we make sure we answer everything. Got a couple more minutes on here. You're welcome, man. That's what we're here for. Mm-hmm.
How did you settle on the name?
Jason, good question, Jason.
All right. This is a
good question, Jason.
This is a good one. So I was making decals and shirts and stuff out of my basement. I didn't really have a name for the business. It wasn't really a business. I was working full time somewhere else, so it wasn't. I didn't really care. So there's this band called Bane. It's a hard rock or hardcore metal band, and they have a song called Annie Up, and it talks about just stepping up and moving forward. Well, one day I took decals and I just wrote Annie Up, a bunch of them, and I just stuck them all over everything in the house because that's what you do when you get a vinyl cutter, So then I was like, oh, I need a name. So I was only making decals primarily, so the name was Annie Up Decals. I used to have a website, annieupdecals.com. I sold all kinds of crazy decals on it. And then once I started making shirts and bigger signs and stuff, I was like, decals is not enough. So I changed it to Annie Up Graphics. So I was rocking with that for a while. And then it was like, okay, I'm going to switch to selling vinyl now. And I'm like, I'll just throw supply on the end. So it went Annie Up Graphics Supply. So that's how it happened. And I kind of like it too because I kind of wanted it open-ended. I didn't want it to be so specific to vinyl. I wanted it to be more open that if I want to change directions, because who knows, in 10 years I could be selling paint.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a graphic supply would still work with that. So that's why I went with that. I didn't want I never wanted apparel, decals, designs, anything like that. I just wanted something broad.
Yeah. So sometimes I guess do you think is when you're choosing a company's name, how much thought should go into that? Because
none. Absolutely none.
Yeah, because from your story, it's just like, oh, all right. I was listening to Annie Up and you just started.
Yeah, none. Yeah, when I decided on a name, I literally looked down and I had one of those external drives and I had put Annie Up on one of them. I'm like, oh yeah, there it is, Annie Up. Annie Up Decals. Like Google.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Amazon. If I said Amazon to you in 1995, you'd be like the rainforest. Now you're like, oh yeah, that's where I get all my stuff next day. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't put any effort into it.
So you got to show me how to tighten the hat on the press. I got you, man. I'm gonna have to. You gotta watch the. I got a hat video, but it depends. If your press has that clamp down thing, my press don't. So when it comes to holding my hat down, I ball that thing up, choke it at the bottom, and I press on it. I don't have that clamp mechanism like everybody else. So it's just me balling up the bottom, crumbling up the hat, and just make it work. I don't have a fancy press like you, Frank. Sakai, have you heard of the band Bayside?
I have.
And that's it. We ain't about to make this a band channel, Jason.
No, he says up there, I know Bane. I'm like, here we go.
So,
very cool, though.
Man, the question, everybody, this question here, anything on the contest, y'all gotta forgive me.
I thought we were gonna pick one.
I think we were gonna pick one. That's what I'm saying. But I have to put them up
Oh,
to see
yeah,
them. It's the whole thing. I was totally unprepared. The plan was to have them printed out or able to pull them up so we can go through them. But I was unprepared. I don't have that. I don't have the stuff ready right now. But I don't know. From the video, did you seen the video?
I have
right?
to see them again.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a video and pick one and then put it.
Yeah, I think give me a couple of days. I'm gonna have something. Even if we post a little short video on Facebook or something, and I'll get something next week out there as far as that. But I'm pretty sure there's a winner. The vinyl's still sitting there. Jason's still ready to ship out some transfers for this winter. It's just it's been a little hectic. So I haven't had the time to decide. I had a logo, but everybody was hating on it. So Frank, nobody hated on your logo, man. You talked about your logo. You brought it up. You were questioning us about your logo, asking for feedback. So we'll give you the feedback. I mean, you gotta take that feedback as gold. I mean, and now you ended up changing it, and you're saying what? You're getting customers now because you changed from the skull to something else. So feedback is golden, man.
Yeah, who cares? Change it every year. Change it every day. Who cares?
If you look at I don't even got a logo, man. That thing with my face, it's starting to be like the brand or something like that, but that's not my logo. If you look on the sign in the shop, like the big sign, Cotton out there's no logo on there. I just have some shirts, hoodies.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just it.
That's all it is. Just tell people what I do. I'm looking at the Hydronic IQ press, the cap press. I seen that they got the new one now. It's the IQ cap press. Makes up my mind. Bayside, Scoop. I'm working with Hydronics, Fusion. Oh, y'all got them fancy things, man.
I know.
I still got an Amazon Power Press that I purchased 5 years ago.
Yo, the press that I got, the first heat press I got I was screen printing shirts. Now we're going way back past 10 years. I was screen printing shirts, and my brother wanted he wanted koozies, and I was like, I'm not screen printing koozies. I said, then he looked it up, and he was like, well, you can use vinyl and press them onto koozies. And I was like, I don't have a press. And he said, I'll buy you a press if you do the koozies. I was like, all right. And I ended up with it was a Sunny, SUNIE press. They're like $200. I still got that thing. It's still kicking ass.
Still working like a champ. I mean, but I'll get a Hydronic one of these days. My Amazon still works. Yep, my Amazon's still kicking butt every day. I use my Amazon more than I even turn on my Pro World press. I don't like to switch up. If it's working, it's working. Just like my blade and my vinyl cutter. And also I'm using the parchment paper that I've been using for a while now to cover my paper when I do this inkjet thing. I had 2 of them. Now every time I pulled it off the thing, it's ripping. I'm like, man, it's ripping. I've been holding that thing for months. What's up, Heart and Hustle? What's going on? Got the swing away press. I got $50 heat press and working flawless. $50? Where you be getting your stuff at, bro? You got $50 heat press. I need a few of those. But yeah, if you haven't smashed the like button, go ahead and smash the like button. And appreciate y'all for coming on here today. And yo, Joe. I guess Joe is Heart and Hustle. I think that's what it is. What's up, Joe? What's up, Hans? All right, y'all got anything else? Because we're pressing on our hour mark.
Scoob, I'm the same way.
I only purchase new.
Only purchase new.
That's me too. No, I lied. because that heat press I got was from Pro World's hallway, but it's just like open by somebody return it, and it's like, yep. I got a lot of stuff from their hallway. That's what I used to like going there.
Yeah.
But
I like buying new. That way, if it doesn't work out, I got somebody to yell at.
Exactly. Like Amazon's open to you yelling at them. They're just saying you something else.
I mean, not necessarily yelling, but you know what I mean. I want the customer service. I want the questions answered.
So Frank said, tell us how you like doing decals because there's a lot of market for it. Hey, I need to figure out how to promote more of the decal service in my business because one is fast money, and like the material for decal, it's not as expensive as heat transfer stuff. And somebody gets one, they're probably gonna, especially if they get on their car, they're probably gonna get something for the front windshield, the back windshield. They're gonna eventually get something on their business door. It's just it's ongoing. So if you're not selling decals and you know how to make them, you should. I mean, Roundstone World started his whole company off of decals. So it's like there's a lot of business in decals.
I used to sell at flea markets and craft shows, and we would bring thousands of decals. And what we did was we had an 8x10 tent, and then we hung banners inside. And then we put decals all over the banners. I mean, the banners were to the ground up. They were like 6-foot banners by 8 feet. And then we put decals all over it. And then we numbered them 1 through whatever number. And then we had them in file folders. And people would come up and go, I want number 101. And we'd go there and we'd pull it out and we'd sell it to them. We did that for a couple of years. Just set car shows, anywhere we could sell it. We set up at a bowling alley one time. Anywhere we could sell them, we sold them. Everybody loves decals.
Yeah. Just link my big car. So, okay. Can't wait to go live. I can't wait either, man. True, Jason, but I made it to use it. All right, y'all. I think Kyle's got to get ready for this online class tonight. Again, check out his website. He has the classes on there for the next available date, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so all the information, and if you need vinyl and you're looking for a new company to buy your vinyl from, anyupgraphicsupplies.com is open online always, and until you go on there and buy so much that the website crash, So go ahead, go buy a lot. Kyle will be in the back fixing it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything else you want to add on before we go?
No. If you guys have any questions about vinyl, hit me up. Find me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all that kind of place.
Yep. Scoop says Kyle on Facebook. Kyle is on Facebook as Any Up Graphic Supplies.
Yeah. That's our page. We have a page. We also have a group.
Yep. Yeah, it's a valuable group too. There's a lot of good content on there. It's a huge group. And yeah, go ahead, send a request to that and be a part of that. Also, don't forget to fire up the Heat Press group. Be a part of that. And check out all the other videos we have here on YouTube. If you're new here tonight, subscribe. And until next time, y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all next week because tomorrow I'm on the road to the college to watch my brother play his first home game. So the shop will not be open. Or maybe my wife will hold it down. I don't know. But all right, y'all. Take it easy. You have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Keep firing up that heat press. And I'm out.